Guys, today's video is on solving systems with three equations. Now you're going to introduce to not only x and y, but we're going to have a z variable. And it looks a little daunting, but not too bad. Follow the steps. Step one, we are going to choose just two of the equations where we can possibly eliminate one of the variables, and you can be either of the two equations. It doesn't have to be touching each other. And then we're going to eliminate the same variable from a combination of equations we did not use in step one. Put those equations together and solve the system and keep on substituting. I think those steps are a little more confusing than actually showing you. So let's do this together. Let's do number one. First, I'm going to pick two equations to simplify. I think choosing the second and third equations where I have 5x plus y plus 2z equals 10, and then 3x plus y minus 8z equals negative 28. Let's use those two because we can subtract and get rid of the y's, and we're left with 2x plus 10z. And I get in the habit of writing my z's with a line through them so they don't look like 2's, equals 38. So we used equations 2 and 3. Here's equation 1. Now let's use two different equations to get elimination. So we did 2 and 3. Let's use maybe 1 and 2. Doing that, we now have 2x minus 6y plus 9z equals negative 8. And then we have 5x plus y plus 2z equals 10. So this one is not as easy as the one in red because we're going to have to use some multiplication. All this stuff is all elimination. There's no substitution or anything. We're just going to do elimination over and over and over again. So I multiply the second equation by 6, and the top one stays the same. The bottom now becomes 30x plus 6y plus 12z, and don't forget to multiply over here. Now, adding these together, we get 32x. The y's cancel, and also notice that it's not a coincidence, but we do need to, whatever variable we crossed out here, in this case the y's, we also need to cross out the same variable, in this case the y's here, from the second time we do elimination with two other equations. So you got to do either x or x, y or y, or z or z. Plus 21z equals 52. Here is my second answer from elimination. So to recap, we did elimination of 2 and 3. Then we did 1 and 2, and we both crossed out the y's there. Now I'm going to take my first answer, not a negative, it's a positive, and my second answer, and keep them all lined up. And I'm going to do elimination with these together. I know it seems like an impossible task, but we are going to multiply this top equation by 16 in order for the x's to then cancel. And then 38 times 16 gives us 608. It's okay if we have big numbers right now. They will simplify in the end. In order now to cancel out the x's, we're going to subtract. And you're left with 160 minus 21, 139z. 608 minus 52 gives us 556. And then dividing both sides by 139, we get our variable z to be 4. That is one of our three answers. We need z, we need y, and we need x. So now we have to use substitution. I'm going to plug z in, not in for that z, but in for the z over here, because they just have smaller numbers. This is going to let me solve for x. 2x equals, I'm going to subtract the 40 over as well, just for the sake of space. So we get 38 minus 40, be negative 2. So x is going to be negative 1. Negative 1 right there. And then our last variable we need to solve for is y. In order to do this substitution, we can't substitute it in for any of these in purple because there are no y's. We're going to have to substitute this in. I'm going to substitute in the middle one. And we're also going to have to substitute z as well. So then we can solve for y. I'm going to do that here. 5 times negative 1 plus y plus 2 times 4 equals 10. Continuing to solve for y. We get y to be 7. Those are the three answers. You can write them like that, or you can write them as the ordered pair x, comma y, comma z. That also works. Just to recap, do elimination with two of the equations where you can cancel out something. Then do elimination with two other equations, canceling out that same variable. Then do an elimination for a third time with your two answers that you get here in purple. After you do elimination there, you'll end up having an answer. Then it's all substitution from there, and so on. Write down what questions you have. I know this was a lot. What I do want you to do is do problem number 3. Try doing this one. See what you get for each of the variables. Here's equation 1, 2, and 3. What I would probably do, I'd probably match up equation 2 and 3 here. They seem to be easy to cancel. And then I'd probably do equation, well, I guess you can pick. I'd probably cancel out the y's here or the z's. And then you can do maybe 1 and 3. But again, your choice of what to cancel out, what equations to use. You just got to do elimination twice and elimination a third time. Let me know what questions you have and have a great night.